was requested. Someone's dog had just passed away, and he asked me to talk about, my pets that I'd had, and to eat Takis. I found these in Aldi, and they're dragon sweet chili. So I thought, oh, that sounds good. So I thought I'd give them a go. Now I'm going to pour them out of this packet and put them on a plate. Because I don't want to be making too much noise with it. This is cheese sauce. I've made a cheese sauce as well. So I'm going to try dipping these in. Let's get going. Get a nice crunch. Yeah, his dog was called Jezebel. Oh, they're really nice. Got a little bit of a spice though. Oh. But they're delicious. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of pets. And the very first, I think it was, oh look, did somebody say you just eat? Yeah, the very first pet I remember having was a little cat called Twinkle, and we had her for a really long time, and she really went through it. Such a lot of things happen. I mean, I was walking home from school one day, and there's this tail on the pavement. A tail just there on the pavement. So I said to my mum, there's a tail on the pavement out there. And the cat had disappeared. Anyway, eventually we found her. I think she was behind a cupboard or behind something. And she'd actually had her tail bitten off. Then one night a dog got hold of her and savaged her. Yeah, she really went through it, poor thing, but she lived till she was about 18, I think. I also had a dog. German Shepherd. She was huge, really big, but lovely dog. It was funny because one Christmas my mum went out into the shops and she wanted to go with her. She wanted to go out, so my mum took her. And apparently my mum came back, she was all wet and very cross. Apparently the dog saw a cat and ran after it because it was snowing and icy. You know, my mum went flying, was being dragged along the floor. But yeah, she was a lovely dog. I remember one day I was walking along my wall in my backyard, and our next door neighbour must have just thought I was trying to break in or something. So we called the police. So I'm walking around this wall, around the edge. I dropped back down into the garden, but my dog was out there with me. And all of a sudden this cop must have stood on the wall, the other side, and he put his head out and he went, "Oi," to me. My dog flew up the wall, and luckily for him, he put his head back. Because he was a very good watchdog. He did protect the place. Yeah, but really nice dog. I think she lived till she was about 12, I think, something like that. Because in the end her back legs she started having problems with. But yeah. And then a more recent one is when I first met my ex-wife. We got a kitten. Ginger one with stripes on him. And we called him Tigger. And he was a special little cat because he used to watch snooker on TV. He'd sit there watching. Whenever we put the balls, he'd jump up and try and grab them. Also, my stepson at the time was only about 4, and he'd come up and go like this to him, and he'd get up on his hind legs. He'd be like that cat in Scary Movie. He was really funny. Yeah, he used to do really funny things. And at the back of our flat or apartment was this play area. We was the only ones there that actually had a kid. I'd swing, slide, climb climbing up the wall, it was a big wall, and down and come and see us. And my stepson would be going down the slide. He'd climb up the slide and go down with him. It was a great cat. And in the end, he'd go next door, and we go, "Oh, have you seen Tigger?" And our old next door neighbour was an old woman. Go, "Yeah, he's asleep on the chair. He's just had chicken." In the end, we stopped getting food for him because he was having bacon over the firefighter's place. And chicken and fish and everything else next door. So but it was a really lovely cat. I got a dog in 2005, and we called him Lucas. It was a Labrador. And if he had one flaw, he was very greedy. But apart from that, he was perfect. Lovely, lovely dog. I really miss him. He just got old, but he did. Again, he had a long happy life. And got spoiled rotten. We also had a cat. Here's the story. As I said, no more pets after we got Lucas, and we had this calendar, and on this calendar, on this certain month, was the cutest little kitten. It's like a light grey again with all the stripes. And I said, "Now if you ever get one of them, I'll have him." So I'm sitting there one day, and in walks my ex-wife. This little kitten, identical to the one on the calendar. Anyway, we thought that he was a girl, so we named her Daphne. But when we took her to the vets to get, her done and her injections and everything, whatever, the vet said, "It's a boy, not a girl." So we changed his name to Daffy instead. But it was very sad. He had a lovely life. He never went out. It was practically like agoraphobic. Hated going out. So when I left and come to here, I didn't see him for ages, and the last time I was actually there, he was fine, but a little lump on his face. Anyway, when I stayed there, he came in the bedroom and slept with me, which was really, really cool. And the next day my ex-wife said, can you put him in his basket so I can take him to the vet, get that lump looked at? So I said okay, because she couldn't get him in, he would never let anyone touch him and put him in the basket. He used to go crazy. So I walked in, and he sort of woke up and looked at me. I went, come on, and I packed him in, and he went in good as gold. And I took him downstairs, and he was sitting there, putting his little paw out, you know, and as I was sitting there stroking his paw, and he's meowing, and I said, you got to go to the, you know, to the vet, just to make sure you're alright. Anyway, me and Travis Lassance went out that day to London while my ex-wife went there, and I'm on the train, and I get a message from my wife, or ex-wife, saying he had to be put down, and I said to the driver's license, I was in the middle of this station as well, back station, and I said, like, my cat's gone, and I just burst into tears, and like, the driver's license was just cuddling me in the middle of this back station. I'm crying my eyes out, because I had him for so long, and he was such a lovely cat. So yeah, I mean, that was really difficult as well. So I know how you feel, mate. It's horrible losing pets. Yeah, but what you've got to look at is, as long as they've had a long and happy life, then that's all you can wish for at the end of the day. And he did. He had a very long life. He must have been about 16 at least. So, but yes, I mean, it was still very sad, but at the same time, he wasn't in any pain, and he would have been had they'd not done what they had to do, you know. But yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. If you got any stories about your pets, you know, I mean, it's awful to lose one. But yeah, I mean, I'm quite old now, so I've lost a few. You know, I mean, I have lost quite a lot. They're just ones I've mentioned. But yeah, but thank you for telling me about that. I will now go edit this video and then hopefully get out, and while it's not raining now, it's still raining. It's still raining, I can see it. So the weather here, guys, is absolute pants. It's horrible. But I'll still be making videos. So I will see you all next time.